Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Brass Monkey X. So, we're cruising right along here on the Savage Fox Model B project. And so I'm sitting here in my garage. I just finished doing the butt plate. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to keep rolling here. I'm going to go ahead and do the finish on the wood furniture for this project. So I got my stock here. I got my fore end. And if you guys remembered a few videos ago, I saved that scrap piece of wood that I cut off of the back of the stock so that I could try out a few different finishes, see which one I like the best. Let me just start out by saying that, guys, wood is my favorite medium to work with. I love woodworking. I love the natural look of wood. I love how it's organic, it's warm, it's inviting, it's every piece of wood has a story to tell. I mean, this stock came off a gun that's about 70 years old, okay? Which means 70 years ago, somebody cut down a tree that was probably at that time 30 to 50 years old. So we're looking at a piece of wood that's got to be at least 100 years old here. It's got a story to tell. It's got imperfections. It's got scuff marks on it. It's got a particular grain that you're not going to find on any other piece of wood. I could have 6 stocks for the same gun, and every one of them is going to look completely different. Could have a different grain, a different feel to it, a different story to tell. I love working with wood, guys. It really is my favorite art medium to work with. So, with that being said, when it came to the wood, I wanted to do a finish that's going to capture the beauty of the wood and stand out, but I don't want it to overpower the wood itself. I want it to look as natural as I could. I really love the color of this wood, this dark walnut. I think it looks really awesome up against that blued finish that we did on the rest of the gun, and I wanted to find a finish that's going to amplify that and make it look, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words right now. But anyway, I saved that stock. I put a couple finishes on it, and I wanted to see which one would look the best. So here's that cutoff that I had. I went ahead. I did 4 finishes. This first one here came out the shiniest. Okay, not what I'm looking for. This is the polyurethane. I just used an oil-based poly. I did 4 coats of that, and this is what it turned out like. This looks very similar to whatever finish was on the wood furniture before I stripped it and sanded it back down. This one here on the bottom, I did 1 coat of the dark cherry stain that I had, and then I put 3 coats of poly over that. And this is what that turned out like. You can see it's got a little bit of a red tint to it, but it's not much different from the polyurethane itself. Just a little bit redder. On this side here, I just used oils. The top here is a Danish oil, which is the finish I like the best on this, but still, way too dark for my taste. It's not what I was looking for. And then on the bottom here, I used my cutting board finishes on this. I did 2 coats of mineral oil, and then on top of that, I used my cutting board conditioner. I did 2 coats of that, which is like a beeswax, and it came out all right, but I'm not a fan of that either. So after all was said and done, guys, I don't know which finish you guys like. Me, I'm not a fan of either of those. So I'm going to use this here. This here is a water-based polyurethane, okay? I picked it up in a matte finish because I want this wood to look like it wasn't even touched. I want it to look like there was no finish on this wood at all, and I think this is going to give me that look. I went ahead, I did 1 coat of this on the top here, and you can't even tell it was done. So I think this is going to be exactly what I want, guys. This should do the trick. Let me just go ahead and pop this open, and I'm going to go ahead and put 1 coat on the stock and the fore end here for you guys. But then it takes 15 to 20 minutes for each coat to dry. And then I got to come back in, put another coat. I'm probably going to do 3 to 4 coats. Not quite sure yet. So, like I said, we're just going to give this a shot, see what it looks like. It goes on white, but it dries clear, so don't be fooled by it. It looks almost like milk. Kind of strange looking. How I'm going to apply it, I'm not going to use a brush. I know some of you guys are going to tell me I should use a cheesecloth or something like that, but when I'm rubbing on a finish, I like to just use good old paper towels, guys. A good quality paper towel isn't going to leave behind any lint. It's going to be fine. You're not going to have any issues with it. Well, let me get this out of the way. We'll start here on the fore end, okay? Now, when I do this, I'm also going to finish the inside of the fore end here that you're not going to see. Even though it's not visible, guys, it is important to finish this end too. Because the finish, not only does it give it the appearance you want, but it's also going to protect the gun. It's going to protect it from dirt. It's going to protect it from dust, from any damage, and it should protect it from swelling too out in the weather. If you're going to use this outdoors, which, I mean, most people with guns, you're going to take them outdoors every now and again. So you want to make sure you protect the entire thing, inside, the outside. On the stock, I'm going to try my best to get down in here as much as I can because you want to protect the entire piece, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. We just take our paper towel, okay? We're going to just dip it in here. Okay, get it nice and wet. We'll start on the inside. Just rub it on, okay? You can see where you're coating, okay? It's going to look wet. We'll just rub it in there. All right. And guys, because it's not oil-based, I'm not worried about wearing gloves. Normally, I'd put some rubber gloves on. I'm not too worried about it, though. Like I said, it's water-based, so it should wash right off your hands. It's probably non-toxic, but yeah, we'll just wipe this on. And on the inside here, guys, I'm probably only going to do like 2 coats. You might be able to get away with just doing 1, but I'm going to do 2 just to be safe. On the outside, where it's visible and you're going to see the finish, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do like 3, maybe 4 coats. All right. Make sure you hit the back here too. Just wipe it on. Anywhere where there's a lot of residue there, guys, where there's a lot of buildup, just wipe it off with a dry part of the paper towel. All right, so that's the inside. Now we're going to do the outside. Dip your paper towel again. Get a little bit on there. You just put it on there so it's nice and moist. And then just go ahead and rub it on. I want to make sure we get in the checkering there. I want to put it on a little heavy in the checkering to make sure it gets all down in there. Yeah, when you see it change color, that's how you know you got it. Perfect. You might want to wipe off some of that excess. You don't want to see any white on there. Alright, that's first coat on the foregrip. Set that off to the side. Bring our stock in here. Let me grab another paper towel. Get a fresh paper towel going. Alright. Try and get the inside first. Sure you get the front. So again, it's not just about the looks, guys. You're protecting the wood. Again, it goes on white, dries clear. So you don't want to overdo it. If you see any white on there built up, you just wipe it back off. Alright, let's go ahead and get the outside here. Again, go real thick, get it in the checkering there. And wipe it off. Flip it over, same thing on the other side. Just blot it in there, make sure it gets down in the checkering. Again, if you do happen to get any lint on it, just wipe it off in between coats, guys. You'll be fine. But the paper towels never do me wrong. Alright. And we'll get the back of the stock here. Now, it looks like it's darkening up the wood. It just looks like that when you put it on. After it dries, it returns back to its natural color. Make sure we hit the back too, where the butt plate's going. Again, that's another spot where I'm probably only going to put like 2 coats on there, just to make sure we're protecting the wood. As you can see, the front's already starting to dry pretty good. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll stand this up, stand up the stock. Give it a good 15-20 minutes to dry, both pieces, and then we'll come in here and We'll put a couple more coats on. When we're all done, we're going to put the butt plate back on, and then we're ready for complete reassembly. I'll be back with another video when it's time to reassemble. I'll probably just do a benchtop banter on that. And yeah, guys, that's it. We're getting real close. I think we only got like 2 more videos left on the Savage Fox Model B project. Our time is coming to an end here, but I'm real excited about it, and hope you guys are just as excited. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.